Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm a little bit nervous today. As you can probably tell from the title, I am closing on my first rental property. Behind me is the attorney's offices, and this isn't my first property I've closed on. I have a primary residence, so this will be my second property, but it's my first rental property. And closing today, I'm going to start bringing all the materials and all the stuff I'm going to be using to actually make some improvements to the property. And I'm going to bring you guys through that process, probably a series of videos, maybe 4 or 5 parts. And I'll obviously run the numbers for you guys, give you a few points as to why I chose this property. And we'll show you what it rents out for and what the cash flow is. And then later this month, I'm closing on my second rental property. So I got a lot going on right now. Got to keep the hustle going, right? And as you know, you probably know, I am a cryptocurrency investor. So cryptocurrency has helped enable this process for me. But anyone can do this. Anyone can get a loan as long as you have a stable job and put down a down payment on a rental property and rent it out and actually cash flow, have other people pay for your mortgage, and ultimately increase your net worth. So I'm gonna get inside. I gotta close on this property now, but I can't bring you in. But next time you see me, we're gonna be doing a little house tour, and yeah, I'm excited. Cool. Hey, what's going on, guys? Really excited. I just closed on this rental property here. It is a N-unit townhouse, and you can see that we have a nice brick wall here, and that protects against obviously sound and other structural things that happen on that side. Obviously won't protect against fire, but this is a really nice end unit, and I'm going to show you inside the unit and show you some of the things I'm going to be doing to it. I'm going to go through the numbers a little bit later. I'll probably save that for a final part to this video. Talk about the cash flow and those type of things, but let's take a look inside and get to what I'm going to be improving on this place. All right, so as we step in here, we can see we have nice tile floors. They are a little bit dirty. You can see the grout. The grout needs to be cleaned up a little bit, but it's not too bad. The previous owner actually had just upgraded the appliances. This refrigerator is 1.5 years old. It is a Whirlpool, so it's very good quality. And if I go into the freezer here, you can actually see that she had left some of the blue stickering on there. You can see that there's electric heat in here, but this unit has actually been upgraded to forced hot air, and I'll talk about that in just a moment. The kitchen is actually nice. It's not bad. The cabinets have been painted. I'm not a huge fan of these knobs. The electrical, there's no GFCIs, so I gotta install GFCIs. I gotta improve all that. But the sink is in really good shape. Countertops are in really good shape. That is the switch to the garbage disposal. And you can see that we have lights under here, which is pretty cool. Now, this is quite interesting. So I'm not sure why they installed a range in here, which is gas powered, obviously. And then they installed a pretty big microwave. And I'm not sure if my wide angle lens can really pick this up, because as I'm looking through the lens here, this gap actually doesn't look too bad, but in person, it's actually a lot worse. So you can't even fit like a pot under here. So if you wanted to like cook spaghetti or like, let's say a lobster or something, you wouldn't even be able to do that. So what I've done is I've purchased a new low profile microwave / hood, and that's going to be installed. It will match the Whirlpool appliances. We also have a Whirlpool dishwasher, again, about 1.5 years old. So I'm happy that the previous owner had done that. Obviously, I really don't like how this is gas, but the actual range itself is really nice and well taken care of. All right, so let's go into the living room here. Nice living room with vaulted ceilings. The paint color is a little dark. We're going to make sure that paint color is lightened up a little bit. We're going to be using agreeable gray, which is a paint color from Sherwin-Williams. I got that color from biggerpockets.com. You can see some tile flooring in here. A little bit of age. You can see that there's some aging to this property, and it just needs a little paint, in my opinion. Paint, change out the outlets, make sure it's electrically safe, And guys, I've done a million of these outlets before. I'm not certified. However, I am very confident and competent in doing so. We have this is pretty interesting here too. We have a gas fireplace, but this was previously a actual fireplace, a wood burning fireplace, but they had converted it to gas. So when I rent out this unit, I'm going to state in the lease that you cannot use this. I just don't want to take any risks right now. But that is there. It's kind of like in the way, I guess, if it's not usable, but it looks cool. Yeah, so let me give you just a wider outlook of what the room is like. Okay. And if I didn't previously mention, this is a 2-bedroom unit, so we'll go back and look at those bedrooms right now. Oh, one note on the carpet. The carpet's in actually not bad of shape. I know I'm stepping on it with my shoes, but the carpet's not in horrible shape. Now, I think I'm going to get a couple of years out of this carpet before I change it out to luxury vinyl plank. And when I do that, I'm probably going to take out the electric heaters because, again, this has been converted over into forced hot air. But we'll be taking out these carpets, putting in luxury vinyl plank. The tile flooring, I'm not sure. There is quite a bit of square footage of tile flooring in there, so I'm not really sure if it's economical yet to take that out. But eventually this will be ripped out after a couple of tenants have been in and been out. Now let's go through the hallway here. So it's a pretty standard hallway. To the right here, we have the bathroom. Nice purple walls. We'll make sure that's painted. And we have a really nice vanity top here. I believe that's quartz. And then the actual drawers, they're one of those like self-closing drawers, so they're pretty nice. The flooring in here, again, is showing some age. The doors are obviously showing some age. We'll make sure that these are all painted up white along with the trim, but the tile floors could come out and be upgraded at a later time. We'll make sure those are cleaned up just like the kitchen tiles. The bathtub and the shower, pretty standard, nothing much to it. The windows have been replaced within the last 10 years or so. So these windows are in pretty good shape, and this property age is 1985. So pretty good shape. And the roof was also replaced at the same time the windows were replaced. New toilet, so that's good. And then kind of move back here so you guys can see the whole bathroom. The color is really not that nice, but you get an idea. Now to the washer and dryer. So the previous owner was nice enough to leave their washer and dryer here, included in the sale price of this end unit townhouse. You can see that they're pretty much brand new, also replaced within the last year and a half or so. She even left the plastic on there. The owner had also told me that if I wanted to, I can convert the dryer into a gas dryer, but obviously it's not really needed right now, and it can just be plugged into the outlet for electric. But nonetheless, pretty nice. It's just another thing that I do not have to replace. Oh, let's go back into the bathroom real quick and talk about the water heater. So we have an electric water heater. This was replaced within the last year. So this was replaced in mid 2018, as I was told. But really nice unit here, so pretty sure I won't have to worry about that for quite some time. So I'm happy that was replaced as well. All right, so we have a bedroom on the left, a bedroom on the right, and we'll go into the bedroom on the right first. So again, the trim is all brown. That's all going to be spray painted. I bought the Graco X7 sprayer. I'm going to be doing a video and / tutorial on that. The carpets, let's look at the carpets real quick. This is like basement carpet. It's not in the best shape. Well, I take that back. It's an okay shape, but it does not look good, and it really clashes with the hallway carpet here. And this hallway carpet also matches that living room carpet that I was talking about before. But this is the bedroom on the right-hand side. Again, we have the electric heater in here that is just going to be turned off completely. And then we have, I'm going to try not to get into the video here, but we have a closet with a mirrored door. Mirrored door needs some maintenance to make sure that it actually closes properly. And then we have again, the windows have been replaced just recently, within the last 10 years or so, fairly recently. And then you can get an idea of what the backyard looks like. Really cool wraparound deck, and I'll show you guys in just a moment what that looks like. You can see the wraparound deck carries over. And then we have our neighbors right there. All right, so let's go check out the other bedroom. We have a nice chandelier that's definitely going to be replaced. I got some surface mounted lights that are just going to go right up there. The ventilation, so how hot air and AC get circulated through the place through these round vents here. So when I do end up spraying the ceiling, I am going to be spraying those vents so they match nicely. We have a closet door here, again carrying with the outdated wood trim. So those are going to be painted. Nice shelving in here. Not too bad. Close that up. And then again, there's a window. There's not two, because remember, this is an end unit townhouse, and there's actually another unit on the other side of that wall, but we do have this window here. And you can see that the previous owner had like horseshoes set up, which is pretty cool. And the land actually goes back further, so you can see that fence right here. It doesn't end there. It goes back another, I want to say about another 100 feet. And I can open that up if I really want to, but I don't think I'm going to be touching that anytime soon. But yeah, here is the second bedroom. All right. So let's talk about the forced hot air real quick. So we do have a really nice unit. She replaced this within the last year. She replaced the AC. So this didn't even used to have central air, or forced hot air for that matter. And she replaced the whole thing. She installed a brand new system. So the forced hot air and AC system is actually in the attic. So I won't be able to go up and show you guys, but that thing is brand new. But everything is controlled from here. Obviously, this is a nice upgraded unit. It's for a rental property anyway, so it's not like I'm going to be connecting to it. But if the tenant wanted to, they can hook up the app and control their AC and heat from here. So that's pretty cool. I'm going to show you the actual condenser unit itself. Really nice Lennox system, and the actual forced hot air system is Lennox as well. So it's all Lennox in here. So yeah, let's go check out the outside now. All right, here's the front of the end unit townhouse here. You can see the landscaping needs to be updated a little bit. What we're going to do is we're going to take that all out, and we're going to put down new stone, and we're going to make sure that there's plastic below the stone so weeds don't grow up. Same thing here. These lights here are actually kind of cool. I drove past this at nighttime, and these all light up a really nice bright daylight. So those are really nice. We'll keep those. We'll repurpose them there. This little tree here, a little bit invasive. I don't like how it's touching the gutter system. So want to make sure that this is actually probably just cut down all the way, so we don't have squirrels and other insects and creatures crawling up onto the roof and causing more damage. So we're going to make sure that's replaced. So again, this is the Lennox unit. There's a lot of bugs and cobwebs on the exterior of this place. We're going to make sure that this thing is pressure washed and treated for insects. I actually can do all that myself, so I do that at my own place. Really, really nice unit. I think this might be a little bit too big for the 2-bedroom, but nonetheless, it's still a really nice unit. And again, look at all these cobwebs. Looks like it hasn't been treated in quite some time. So we're going to pressure wash this place, treat it, and then it should be good to go. We have a fence right here. It's not in the best shape in the world. This is not even on a hinge whatsoever, which kind of sucks. And some of the neighboring boards are actually coming off, which I don't like, so I'll have to figure out what to do there. But as I come through here, you start seeing the backyard. So here is the backyard, and we have a nice sliding door, which I didn't really talk about inside, but that comes out into the backyard, and then we have the wraparound deck. So we'll kind of come to the corner here, give you a better idea of what it looks like. So like I said, this fence right here can be removed because we have more land back there, but to be honest with you, it might not even be worth it. At this point in time, it's just a lot of extra work for a little more real estate that no one's really ever going to use. Again, we have these horseshoe things set up, which is really cool. Nice little perk for the tenant who lives here. And then we have this really awesome deck. It's been protected on the corners and around the outside for rodents, so that's really good. There is some rotting boards over there that I'm going to have to replace, and I'll show you guys in just a moment. But here's what it looks like from the back. It might be a little bit hard to see, but there's a little bit of like moss and I want to say maybe some black mold up there. It's not too bad. For the inspection that we did on the place, there wasn't any mold in the attic whatsoever. I actually went up there myself and checked with the inspector. We didn't find anything. It looks really clean. No moisture whatsoever. Like this fence has been replaced, or maybe it replaced a previous fence, but looks like it's been replaced recently. And from the looks of it, I think the owner may have done it because they face the good side towards the neighbors. So we have a little spigot here, so maybe if a tenant wanted to fill up like a little pool for the kids, like during the summertime, they could. And the deck starts off right here. So you can see the windows that is into the second bedroom, and we have a and we'll get to that in just a second. So we'll get onto the deck, wrap around here. And if you're wondering what these things are, I'm assuming that the previous owner was either hanging plants or used those as a clothesline. Leave a comment down below if I should remove these things or keep them. I'm not really sure. So if these look absolutely hideous to most of you, just leave a comment down below. I can just cut these things right off. Not a big deal. But if they are useful, if you think they should be, just left alone, just let me know. So, all right, here's the deck. It looks like it hasn't ever been stained. It's never been protected. I can just tell. The wood quality is not the best in the world. We can see here we have some rot. That rot's no good. Especially if you're going to be renting out a place, you want to make sure it's safe. Obviously, someone's going to get their foot stuck in there. They're going to trip, and you just don't want anyone to get hurt. So this is going to be definitely a priority, especially before I rent this place out. Before anyone moves in, that's going to be replaced, at least in that section right there. I've inspected the rest of it. It all looks pretty good so far. Eventually, I want to come through, probably in the springtime, and actually seal this just to prevent further damage from happening. But overall, it's a really, really nice deck, and nice little perk to having this place. You can have a nice little party here if you want to, if you're like into beer pong or something like that. There's obviously enough room for that, and just be free to live. One thing I did notice after the inspection, and maybe you guys can help me understand what the heck happened here. So there's some holes in the siding, and I cannot figure out for the life of me what happened. So if I zoom in on some of these holes, it almost looks like they're just like black dirt spots, but they're actual holes, and they have sealed it up before. And what kind of like blows my mind a little bit is, if they're sealing up this part in there, why wouldn't they seal up the rest? Is this an issue? I have never seen this before. So if you guys have an idea of what's happening to the siding here, I'd love to know. But yeah, obviously you can see how dirty the siding is, but with my pressure washer, I can get that stuff right off. Not a problem at all. And we'll get it looking brand new again. Besides for the holes. Yeah, so again, on the fireplace, so again, this was a wood burning fireplace at one point, but they converted it to gas. I'm not sure why, but they did. Lots and lots of cobwebs. So we're gonna have to make sure that this place is cleaned up, and definitely, ooh, look at that spider right there. Check it out. Oh man, that thing is brutal. So we're gonna have to treat this place. We're gonna have to make sure this fence is sturdy. We don't want any liabilities whatsoever, but yeah. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching this part 1 of the first rental property that I've ever purchased. And I'm going to be doing most of the work myself. I'm going to try to come out with multiple parts on pretty much breaking down everything I'm going to be doing when it comes to pressure washing this place, treating it for insects, painting, and replacing some of the electrical in there. And then we'll wrap up that series with a just an overview of the numbers, what I actually bought this place for and how much cash flow it's going to bring in. So yeah, if you guys want to check that out, definitely subscribe to this channel. Again, if it wasn't for cryptocurrency, I wouldn't be able to do all this, guys. So please check out some of my other videos on trading cryptocurrency, and I'll catch you in the next part.